Alright, so up here in the chickens pasture here, I got gonna start doing some whippersnipping. I'm gonna whippersnip the fence line here, clean it up a bit. We're going to add a couple strands to it, 2 more strands. So we'll get that all whippersnipped and ready, and get the tractors moved down here into this area so that they're ready to go for tomorrow to put the chickens in. And over here, I'm going to move these fence posts in, probably 7-8 feet. So that way we can start our road up around. So this post will stay here because this is where the fencer is. I'm going to whippersnip and clean up all in here. And then this post and all those posts up until the one just behind that hay feeder are all going to come in 6 to 8 feet. So we got that road up. And then on the other side of that, we'll just cut the trees out. So that way we'll have our roadway the whole way up, so we can get in behind for cutting wood and stuff. So set the other camera up, and then I'll get right to whippersnipping, and we'll see how it looks. Once we get the whippersnipping done, then we'll have to take down this side of the fence line so that that's off. We'll move those posts in, and then we'll put that fence up. We're going to put some more insulators in and all that good stuff, but we'll get to that now.
He said, hey, 22, I wore that jersey too. You see me now, you'd never know I was a one-man show. Back in the good old days, us boys could really play. We almost took it all the way to state that year. So remember all the rest that wore that number on their chest, and show some respect. Young kid playing in a barn with an old beat up guitar. No idea of all the nights it used to shine in neon lights. Never thought of all the hands, all the hours, dreams and plans, and all the thrown together bands that made it through. Needs a lot of love, so when you pick it up, show some respect. Some things are more than things, more than steel, wood or strength, more than what a person sees with the naked eye. More than just history they've left behind, a legacy. Some things have earned their keep 100 times. So you took that beat up truck, lifted the whole thing up, put lights all over it, big tires and a muffler kit. But I bet you never gave much thought to the man that paid it all with the hay and feed he had to haul in the scorching sun. Don't drive so fast, and get your feet down off the dash, and show some respect. Some things are more than things, more than steel, wood or strength, more than what a person sees with the naked eye. More than just history they've left behind, a legacy. Some things have earned their keep 100 times. Take a look around today at everything we throw away. We're all so busy running fast, we breeze right by the things that last, like a 100-year-old Georgia pine, or love that stands a test of time. Your grandpa's old case pocket knife he used to whittle with. So when you're around, a piece of sacred ground. Show some respect. It didn't start with you, there were lots of others too. So show some respect.
a lot of work. A lot of it's grown up quite considerably. So I managed to break the line right out. So I'll take it back down to the mule, restring it, and then we'll go up, start cutting up the other part there. If you look here, you can see kinda Olivia and I were up night before last and ran the ride on through and did a couple passes to try and cut down some of this. This was the pasture we seeded beginning of last year, and it has came back awesome. So you can see we got it mowed a little bit, but I'm going to go down, get this fixed up, and then once I'm done with that, we'll come back. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'll go back, fix this, take a little break because it's warm, and then I'll finish whippersnipping because that's not very fun to watch. And then once I've done that, we'll start taking the fence down and get ready to move posts, and I'll show you that once we get there. So I got the fence line down on this side and whippersnipped in there. That's where the new road's going to go. It's going to come off of here, in through here, and up through this side. So I got that fence line down. So now I'm going to see how hard these posts are going to be to pull out. And if they end up being too hard, I'll bring the tractor over and use the loader on the tractor to pull them out. So I'm going to give that a go, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so I pulled these out. A little bit of wiggling and they pulled out, so I didn't have to bring the tractor over. But we're going to leave that one there in, and out of breath from pulling them out. I'm going to go off this one, down and around to the other post. So, and then over here I'll have to come in through here and just trim out these smaller trees and get all this cleaned out. There's a bigger tree there, but we'll cut those out later on. There's a couple big ones here that we'll take out later on as well. There's a couple big ones here, but for right now, we'll just get what we need done so we can have this ready to go. And I'll probably bring that post up here and run across here to that post, because really to move the birds up into this little space up here, once I get there up to here, there's not really a whole lot there. There's like one day's worth. So we'll go off this post and across to the post over there, and now close that in. So I gotta come back up here, whippersnip some more, because well, it's just so high. Like, that's probably 2 to 3 feet high there. But I'll cut all this down, that way they'll all go back into the soil and be good for the chickens and the cows when they're up here in the pasture next year. Because I think I've said before, I'm going to come into this. This is where the pigs were originally, and get all these stumps and stuff that we got cut off in there pulled out. And there's a road that goes back there, which is what we're connecting to the road we cut to there, that goes all in behind here. And I got to get back in here and cut down some more trees, and we're going to make a road that goes right over to the other side of the property. But looking at the chicken tractors, forgot what I was talking about. I got this one here, snow had laid on it and had broke the piece across, so I'm gonna have to fix that up and get some more tarps and put over them, or some metal roofing, whatever I can find. That way they're good to go. And I'm gonna use this one And this one over here, because they're the exact same size, they're the ones we built last year for the meat birds. So I'm gonna take both these and I'll put new stuff onto them for shade for the birds, and we'll move them all the way down to the beginning, and then we'll just move them up along here and then down through and then back up and around. So this fence here I'm not going to take down because that was still there from last year, so we'll tighten it up, make sure it's all good. That's the 5-strand. We do the 5-strand, our bottom strand 6 inches off the ground, the next one's 6 inches up, and I think it's 8 inch, 10 inch, 10 inch. And what that does is it keeps the foxes and the raccoons out, because they don't have a way to get through it. And we run our fencer, we run 10,000 volts, so it does a pretty good job of keeping the keeping any of the raccoons, foxes, that kind of stuff out from getting into our chickens. So other than that, I'm amazed at how well this grass come up this year, but that's also in part because we ran our chickens through it after we seeded it, and it's just amazing. Their manure, once it gets into the soil and all that, the nitrogen from it just makes the grass come up like crazy. So we'll so yeah, that's the plan. I still got this post here I got to take out, and this part of the fence down, but I'll do that here in a bit. We'll get that all down, and we'll reroute this fence across to here. I think all I'm going to do, because I don't want to have to take that whole fence down, so I'll just put 2 more insulators down there next to those 2, and put the 2 insulators on all the posts over. And then when I get the posts put in for the new side of the fence there, I'll do the 5-strand there, and that 5-strand will go back the whole way around and connect to the to where the gate was for the pigs originally the first year we raised pigs. We won't put a gate in there this year. I'll just have it full across, just because with the road there we're not going to need to go up and down through here to get back there, so we'll we don't need a gate back there. But I gotta go through and cut a few little things out with the saw, because well, some of it's a little bigger than what I can cut with a whippersnapper. So, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I'm gonna start getting some posts put in, and then we'll go ahead and get that fence up. And then once that fence is up, we'll turn her on, check, make sure everything's good. Just in case anyone's wondering, here's what we use for our fencers. So I open this up. This is the Agri-Otter electric fencer. Does up to 20 acres. You can see down there. On piece that we purchased off Amazon. The first year we ran it off batteries, and you get probably 2 to 3 days out of a battery as long as your fence was clear. And then we were finding the batteries would die, we wouldn't notice, or we come out, do chores, everything would be good, and then within an hour the battery would die, and we wouldn't have any electricity in the fence. The pigs would get out, and we'd have to chase down pigs. So what we did instead is ran an extension cord over, and now we plug it in to an extension cord and run it just off 120 volt, and it works great. 10,000 volts. The only issue there has been the 120 plugs for them. the adapters here. This is actually a replacement. We've been finding that they burn out after a couple of years, and then of course you have no power in your fence. So we reached out to AgriOtter, the company itself, to see if we could buy replacements, and they said sure, they'll send us a replacement. And so they put they sent us out a replacement, which I thought was a plug. It was a replacement fencer. So we just went on Amazon and bought a couple universal 120 volt plugs that work for it, and we haven't had an issue since. And so that's the only issues we've had with them. I like them. They're dual purpose because you can use either battery or 120 volt, which is great because when we were doing the chute for running the cows back and forth to pastures, the pig fence is on the 120 volt, and we got the line running across where the chute was going. So we took that down and just hooked their fence up on 12 volt, and that kept their fence live all day while we ran the cows down. So having that extra, not having the lines there so they'd walk or tangle up in it or whatever, so having that ability to use both 120 volt and 12 volt is great, because it's just more versatility, I think. So not that we're sponsored or anything by AgriOtter, but I highly recommend their fencers. They're cheap. I think we paid $100 off Amazon for them, for one, and we've been using it now. This is our third year, I think, using, second or third year, I can't remember, using the one on this pasture. And other than the plug going, we haven't had any issues with it. It works great. It's kept everything out. It's kept everything in. So yeah, I'm impressed. I'm happy with it. So anyway, I'm going to get back to putting some posts in, and then we'll see where we're at from there. Alright, so we got the posts up here. There's Olivia. We got the posts up, and we start running some of the wire. Got the insulators all in. Start running the wire, and the post started to break, so I threw it off to the side and put another one in there for now. And so this will be the roadway here until we get up to here, and then I got to cut out in here, and we're going to run the roadway along here, so that way we didn't leave this part of the pasture. So yeah, it goes around there. So we're gonna call the night tonight. We'll go do chores, get that done, and then tomorrow we'll finish running this. And then once that's all run, then we're gonna have to fix up the other side over there. I got one post to take out there and rerun that side. So that is 5 strand. All the insulators are in, so it should be good to go. And then we'll get the tractors brought down, get them ready to go. So we'll come back to this tomorrow. So it's next morning. Got the strand in almost 3/4 up. Well, probably a little bit better than 3/4, but I'm gonna go ahead now and finish running that. And then once that's run, we'll go over here. We'll take this fence off. That's right here. Take that down all the way over, and fill in over here, and then we'll have our whole fence line in, and we'll get her plugged in, make sure everything works. Then we'll get the tractors brought down and do any repairs to them that they need. Alright, so got this fence all up. It's up the whole way up and around. Got this fence taken down and re-put up once we get, there we go, focus. So that's all up, 5 strand. I got the one tractor flipped over. I got 2 broken spots on it. right there, which the snow on it last year broke. So I'm going to fix that, get this tarp dealt with, and get the tarps on that one. Then we'll have 2 tractors ready to go out tonight because another batch of 120 come tomorrow. So we're going to get that done. I'm going to go along and whippersnipper the fence line once more, and then I'll hook the fence up and make sure it's all ready to go. So that's once I get that whippersnipper done, get those geared up, I'll come back, show you the final product that's ready for birds to go in tonight. So
here we go.
So got the chickens moved out to the pasture here. 2 tractors, 51 in this one and 52 in the other. And they're just finding out what grass is for the first time. And they're already eating at it. They have their feet in there, so they're good. So they'll stay here now till for a month today, actually. And then they'll be off to processing. So, all right, that's where we're gonna end this video. We gotta get the brooder ready for comes tomorrow. So we'll get that cleaned out in the morning, aired out overnight, and then new batch go in there tomorrow. So thanks for watching.